let's go ahead and move on to the NFC. All right, the NFC predictions here. First, let's start off with Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man, and the Philadelphia Eagles. You got Mr. Jalen Hurts, man, who had a nice second year, nice second sophomore year, taking his team to the playoffs. All right, and let's be honest with you, he's got a tough assignment facing the good for the first time. I mean, the kid, look, we all know what the knock is on Jalen Hurts. We know that he is a runner first, pass second. We know he has a problem with accuracy and the deep ball. He does have some good pieces. Devontae Smith is a good receiver, had a great rookie season. Goddard needs to be used more because he has great hands. Goddard has Kelsey-like ability, all right, or even Kittle-like ability. I don't think he's been used that well in this offense, again, because Jalen Hurts has his weaknesses, but Jalen Hurts has 10 rushing touchdowns, man, and he could actually change the game. But in this case, I think Tampa Bay, regardless of no more Antonio Brown and Godwin being out for the season, I believe they got this one. Look, Evans is still around, all right. Leonard Fournette is back, and Leonard Fournette's got to get a lot of action because Ronald Jones is out. And I believe their other running back is out too. So, in my book, yes, I can never bet against Tom Brady. This is a pretty like no-brainer. You got to go with Brady regardless of the outcome here. And they still have a really solid team. Gronk is still a great player, and he is saving. This is what he's made for. Last year, he picked it up. He's had a really good season throughout the year anyway. Played most of the games, and right now this is what he's made for, the playoffs. And you're going to see a big dosage of Gronkowski, all right, Evans, all right, Tyler Johnson, and you're going to see a lot of Leonard Fournette. There's going to be a lot of Leonard Fournette feature here, man. And Leonard Fournette had a heck of a year, 8 touchdowns, didn't break 1,000 yards. He missed, the last few games, but I think it's Lenny time in the playoffs. Lenny is going to be the guy. He's got to get. We see what he's done this year. He's got to catch it. He's going to be able to run it. Brady is going to definitely lean on Leonard Fournette, and that's where the play action is going to happen down the field with Gronk and Evans. They still got Evans and Gronkowski, people. Forget about Antonio Brown. I know this is what they brought Antonio Brown for. If he's injured earlier on, he's here for the end. And let's make the table. Let's run the tables. Guess what? They can still run the tables. Defense is a little healthier than they were all year long. I think they're not going to have a problem getting by the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, look, I'm not saying the Eagles are a sleepwalk or a cakewalk. They're going to do what they do. They're going to run the ball, the heck out of the ball with Miles Sanders. All right, with Jordan Howard. They're going to do what they do, the short pass, and then they're going to take their shots downfield. But that's the only way they're able to beat. They're going to be able to beat not New England. They're going to be able to beat the Buccaneers is by taking shots downfield. Jalen Hurts going to have to take some risk. He threw for 16 touchdowns. He ran for another 10. This game he's going to have to pass for at least 3. All right, I think this kid's going to have 4 touchdowns in one way or the other. But the only way that they're going to have some success is by passing the football. Yes, he needs to do what he does best. Use his feet, make plays, no doubt about it. But the only shot they got is by keeping up with the Buccaneers. You know what the Buccaneers' plan is going to be? Hit him in the mouth early. Brady's going to take shots early right away so he can put him from behind and force Jalen Hurts to do what he doesn't do great, which is passing and relying on his arm. Okay, great year for the Eagles, but I think again Tampa Bay still has really good weapons and they have the best and greatest player of all time. They're taking Tampa Bay's taking this one. I think there's no doubt about it. All right, what do we have next here? All right, next let's go back to the NFC here. All right, let's go to the Cardinals and the Rams. Look, let's keep it real here. The Cardinals stumbled into the playoffs, all right? Look, they started real hot, one of the best teams in the league, but they went 1-4 to finish the season, ultimately giving the damn division to the Rams, all right? The NFC West to the Rams. The Rams lost, okay? They lost to San Francisco, and San Francisco was able to get in. So, with that being said, the Cardinals are not going into the playoffs in the best standards, in the best standards possible. So, Kyler Murray, we know what he could do. I know he was hurt, came back through a year. We know what he could do. All right, it's going to be about how healthy, but Deandre Hopkins is. They traded for Zach Ertz for this time of the year for this reason, for the experience also, but for another solid pair of hands, and he's gonna pay dividends. We know James Conner has killed it all year long. All right, James Conner has been a beast. Edmonds is finally getting back into playing shape after being out for so many games. But honestly, I think the Rams have the better team. There's a reason why they invested so much money and they brought in Mathew Stafford. Okay, Cooper Kupp, Triple Crown in receiving. You know, he led all receivers in catches, yards, and touchdowns. The guy's been a beast this year. Was there at the end, got very close to breaking the all-time, the single season record in receptions and receiving yards. All right, the guy's been a beast. But they have weapons, man. They got Cam Akers back. Michel's been solid backing up Henderson. Also, OBJ has been a surprising addition, and we know what OBJ can do, but he's actually been effective. Let's not forget about Van Jefferson. The question is not the weapons, all right? It's Mathew Stafford. He had a great year. He threw 41 touchdowns, all right, and 4,800 yards, 4,886 to be exact. But he's always put great numbers in the regular season when he was with Detroit. Nobody ever questioned Stafford's ability to put up stats and production, right? Is what can he do when it counts? And he had some really, really great games to start the season. Even though the Rams, man, they won 4 out of 5. They lost to San Francisco, tough San Francisco team, who turned it up at the end of the year. But they had a rough Baltimore game, and they did one. They beat Minnesota, where they should have handily beat Minnesota. But in those games, we had Mathew Stafford make some really bonehead throws, man, having a lot of interceptions that were uncalled for. That a quarterback of his caliber should not be making those mistakes when he has that protection. The Rams have a great defense. I mean, they put it all on the line. Remember, the Rams put the whole. They went ahead and they went all in this year. All right, they put their chips on the center of the table. They went all in, right? Traded for Matthew Stafford. All right, got rid of Goff. Matthew Stafford, I think, is definitely an upgrade. No doubt about it. Nobody's questioning that. He's definitely an upgrade over Jared Goff. Forget about it. They traded for OBJ. All right, they brought Von Miller in. Come on, man. You are bringing in some studs because you need to win now. And the time is now. Because the Arizona Cardinals are limping into the playoffs, and I don't think they're 100%. I don't think Kyler's 100%. I don't think D-Hop's going to be 100%. They have some question marks. The Rams should be able to take this, okay, without a problem. They beat them earlier, 30-23. Kyler wasn't playing. But I think the Rams should be able to take this one. I think it's going to be a close game. Look, I'm not saying that the Cardinals are a sleepwalk, because when you have a player of the caliber of Kyler Murray that can win it any way with his feet, with his arm, because the kid has a bomb arm, somebody that small, I've never seen an arm that big on a player that short, on a quarterback that short. But he can also take off. He's also accurate. He is a great quarterback. He's Russell Wilson 2.0. All right, only a little shorter. But honestly, the Rams have the better team, better defense, and look, Mathew Stafford, I think it's going to step up. It's Mathew Stafford's time, and he needs to show it in this round. He hasn't been successful. I don't think he's never won a playoff game in all of the years he's lived here. I mean, I think he didn't make the playoffs that often with Detroit, but he's never won a playoff game. And his opportunity is now, and I think Stafford is going to come prepare and bring his team to victory. So I think it's pretty remarkable that that's going to happen. It's a great year for the Rams, man, but they invested a lot of money. Invested a lot of money in this team, and so that can actually happen. And here is the last game, man. All right, here's the NFC. Last game of the slate here, all right, of the weekend. We have Dallas against San Francisco. Now, this is a old school 80s and 90s throwback playoff rivalry, man, that used to happen back in the day all the time. The Niners finished the season very hot, going 7-3 in their last 10 games, all right? And in that journey, they held off the Rams in the final games, destiny in their own hands, and took it and made the playoffs. Dallas is Dallas, man. Dallas played a really bad division. Great victory against the against the Eagles, but Taylor Hurts wasn't playing and blah 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 blah. And let's be honest, Dallas has the better team. All right, Dak is a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. Right, he finished the season with 4,400 over a little over 4,400 yards. I'm sorry, 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 INTs. You have Zeke, who rushed for 1,000 yards, nice comeback year, 10 touchdowns. All right, CeeDee Lamb, who's a beast out there. Amari Cooper, who's nasty. Wilson in the back there. Gallup. I mean, you have Tony Pollard coming as your backup running back, who's actually a more effective running back than Zeke is now. So, look, Lamb, had 1,100 receiving yards. Their top receiver. They have the better team. They have the better staff. Their defense is great. You got Diggs out there who led, I don't know if he really led the league in INTs, but he was one of the top up there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. I didn't look that up. But Dallas have the better team. They have the better staff. They have the better equipment. Put it that way. And Dak is the better quarterback. Now, with that being said, I don't feel like they're the better team. Let me rephrase myself. I don't feel that they have a great chance of beating San Francisco. San Francisco had to beat the Rams at the end of the season, Tennessee, who they lost to, Cincinnati, who they beat. Great Cincinnati team. All right. There's some tough matchups. They played Tennessee and they lost by 3. They beat Cincinnati. This is in the last 5 games. And the Rams at the end of the season. All right. They got Houston, crappy team, and Atlanta. While the Dallas, played against a really soft, bad NFC East. They faced Washington twice. And one of those games, the one from early in December, Dak made some really, really bad mistakes. Turned the ball over like 3 times. They won 27-20. Then they faced the Giants, 21-6. That wasn't a great performance either against the crappy Giants. Couldn't move the ball. They've only put up 21 points against the Giants, which is disgraceful. They routed the Redskins again. They lost to Arizona. Okay, again, Dak made a couple of plays there that were questionable. They routed Philly without Jalen Hurts. So, based on the competition, and I think the San Francisco 49ers have played the tougher teams. The other reason why I think the 49ers is going to be the upset of the weekend, this is the upset of the weekend. This is my upset. I'm calling this is my upset of the whole playoffs, all right, of the wild card round. It's the 49ers are going to beat Dallas. That's my upset call. When Jimmy G is good, then the 49ers are good. And the combination of how they run the ball with Elijah Mitchell, all right, even the other day, what's his name? The Jet McKinnon got into the end zone. But also Deebo Samuel, the switchblade is what I like to call him. This guy can catch it. This guy had 1,400 receiving yards. And I think he rushed for like another 6 or 7 touchdowns. I don't know what the reason. I know he caught 6. And he threw one the other day. But when you have a weapon like that they're going to disguise, and their defense, even though hasn't been the San Francisco defense that took them to the playoffs and the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, the last 5 games of holding teams under 300 yards. 278 to be exact, more or less. I know it's not a great number, but they're holding team in total offense, which is not bad. If you could do that to Dallas, if they could hold Dallas at the 300 total offensive yards, San Francisco is taking this game. Look, I know I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm a Giants fan. I want Dallas to lose, but I'm keeping it real though. I think San Francisco is a really bad matchup for Dallas. Dallas did not want to face this team in the first round. This is not gonna be an easy game. I think Jimmy G is gonna have one of those good Jimmy G performances. We have the good Jimmy G, everything is great, but there's also the really bad Jimmy G, all right, Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think this one's going to be the good Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that offensive line is going to protect him, and they're going to pound and ground this ball, and they're gonna take shots at Dallas early on. We're going to see what that money that Jerry Jones invested in Dallas, and the Patrick Mahomes cash that Dak Prescott is earning at that level. Let's see if he has the same makings of that kind of quarterback. All right, that's the main reason. at the end of the day, it all starts and ends with Dak Prescott for Dallas. The Niners, I think, have played a better competition throughout the year, and I think they're ready to beat Dallas, and that's why I'm picking them. I think they're just a tough out. They're just a very tough out. Very tough out. So upset of the weekend is the 49ers are taking down Dallas. So thank you for listening. I appreciate you all. I am coming back strong in 2022. And your boy E-Man signing out. Average Joe Sports Talk. Peace.